So last time we looked at the history of the what do you call, the history of the Pascal's triangle, from how it was discovered in India, and then other places like China, how it went, Arabs how they got it, Europe how they got it, what is the, and we also looked at how to construct it using two mechanisms. The old mechanism that is given by in the original Indian author, plus there was one more which we saw, was it was like the chessboard, and the rook moves, right? Rook moves, shortest paths for the rook to go from one end of the board to another, right? So this is what we looked at, and we saw that this is equivalent. This is equivalent to the graph problem we had solved. So there are a lot of things that we will see like this in which I mean, which are like which emerge from the Pascal's triangle, and there are similarities everywhere, including, okay, how many of you know Fibonacci numbers? Okay,
Sir, I know Fibonacci numbers.
you know, Sai Pranav knows. Others, good. Sai, what about others?
Yes, sir, I know.
Madhura, you know, right? And so we will see there are a lot of there are number series. Okay, so let me get an Excel. Okay, and I will tell what we mean by number series. Yeah, this is what we had. Just 1 second. Maybe I will move this here. Yeah, I will add a new sheet. Okay, so numbers are, number series is very simple. Okay, first is, let us say we start with everything is 1 1 1. Okay, so this is a very simple number series, right? Or just 1 second. Yeah, I extend it to infinite. Whatever it is, it will always remain 1, right? This is a very simple, maybe a dumb number series. Then can you think of different number series? Let us say 1 2 3 4, right? This is also very, these are the natural numbers that we know, and if I extend it automatically, whatever I will get all these numbers 1 2 3 4 like this, right? So then can you think of another number series?
Odd numbers, even numbers.
Yeah, say 1 3 5 7. If I take this, right, and extend it, it will go like this, right? Everybody can see the screen, you can see it, or I should zoom?
Yes, sir.
You can see it, right? And similarly, odd numbers will be like 2 4 8 and all, it will go up to 76 if I extend it in this way, right? Then can you think of another series? 1 2 4. Does this sound like a series? Ayo, what happened? This is it. I think it gets the formula wrong. So maybe I should just put here 8 and then it will get it, or it will not get it. I think Excel might have trouble guessing this. Yeah, I think it is getting trouble guessing this. So, but I will tell you what is the formula is. Here it is.
You multiply everything by 2.
There's a 2 power table.
Yeah, it is 2 times this. Yeah, and then I will just copy this here and here, so it will get it. And then now if I take this, and so everywhere the formula is there. So if I extend it, yeah, it will become like this, right? So this is the 2 raised to the power. This is also a series, right? So there are many such series. Okay, and in fact I used to have a lot of fun when I was of your age, just thinking about, in my spare time I used to think of different series, and just in my own mind. I'm sure some of you might be doing that, right, in your thing. So it is very fun, and you can think of a you can also, now that you know 1 2 and 3, you can also think of 1 3 and 9 also, right? So it is, everything is multiplied by 3 is equal to 3 is equal to 3 into number. If you take it previous number, then it is the power of 3, right? So this is, you will get it some number. So like this. So there is one interesting series. So all these are very interesting series. Now there is one interesting series which says that it should be the what should be the it should be the value of previous two. So 1 2 3, you know, right? Very simple series. Now this one is previous two numbers. Okay, so it is sum of previous two numbers. Okay, so it comes to 3. And then if I extend this, then what we get, this is the, oh, this one has got it wrong. Okay. I will tell you what is there. Okay, so let us start with 1 and then 2 here, and this should be not sum of C2 and C3, but D2 and D3, your own previous two values. Okay, so
Sir, after 1, shouldn't it be 1 again?
yeah, I mean, if you can start with 1 here and then it will be 1 1, right? That is technically right, but what you get here is the, see, every time the value is sum of the previous two numbers. Okay, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8. So this is a very famous series. Again, we now know it as a Fibonacci series based on the Italian mathematician who kind of wrote a paper, but actually even Italians got it from Arabs and Arabs got it from Indians. And as you might have suspect, Indians found it before Christ era, so maybe 2200 years ago or something. So it was in fact it is named just as the Meru Prastara is the name of the Pascal's triangle in India. So there is a what do you call? There is a Matra Meru, I think, is the name of the. Let me see. I think it is. I have mentioned it here. So Matra Meru or somewhere. Yeah, Pingal, the triangle. Somewhere I had mentioned it here. Sorry.
It was there about the red part.
About the red part.
Yeah.
Yeah, basic. Matra Meru. Yeah, Matra Meru. Matra Meru. Okay, that is the name for the series, Fibonacci series. It is called as Matra Meru in Sanskrit and in Indian language. Okay, so he only discovered, Pingala, the guy who discovered the Pascal's triangle or Matra Meru Prastara, he only discovered, because see, all of these now we looked at it completely differently from starting with some numbers and getting, but actually, you know how he got it? He was just analyzing the triangle that he had created. Okay, so we will show you how you can see this Fibonacci numbers also. So many different number series you can find it in the Pascal's triangle. Okay, so Pascal's triangles, let us go and look at it. Okay, let me first let me pin my video and it will become better. Yeah, and so yeah, so lot of different series. Okay, so if you set up, see, this is the way, if you set up the Pascal's triangle, like what our friend Pingala had done it, right? Pingala had done it. He did not have it like this. He had it like one side was straight and the other side was there. So he started, see, so first line vertical column is all 1 1 1, then 1 2 3 4, then 1 3 6 10, right? 15 21. So this way, if you put it, it is just like how you arrange it or how you view it. Okay, so if you view it like this, then let's go to, so the first column that you get, it is just a simple numbers, right? Simple number 1 1 1. Next column that you get the natural numbers 1 2 3 4. Can you see this actually? Yeah, can you see this? This is Pascal's triangle only, but one side we have made it vertical instead of both sides being triangular like this. We have just turned it so that one side is like this. Okay, so the next series that you get is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, right? We had seen this, right? Everybody is comfortable with this. This is what we saw, right, last week? If not, just please yeah. So the next series after that you get is like 1 3 6 10 15 21 28, and these are called as triangular numbers. Okay, these are called as triangular numbers. Why they are called as triangular numbers? Because if you keep arranging more and more items, let us say you take apples, okay, and you arrange them in an equilateral triangle. You know what is an equilateral triangle? Okay, equilateral triangle is the one which has got all three sides are exactly same length. Okay, so let us go back here and I will show you here what is the triangular number. Okay, so triangular number. Can you see this? Arranging the things in triangles, equilateral triangles. So when you have only one apple, let us say there is only one equilateral triangle, assuming it is circular, right? So there is only one at the center, you keep it. So there are T1, we'll call it as 1, okay? Then when you want to go to the next higher level triangle, you have to arrange 3 apples like this, and you get T2 equal to 3, right? 3 apples, you can arrange it. Did you get it? What is the meaning of the equilateral triangle? All sides are equal. So if you imagine a triangle like this, all the sides will be equal length, right? Just confirm back to me whether it is okay or not. Okay. Then let me get the chat open so that you can confirm. Okay, everybody is getting this triangles, equilateral triangles, right? Okay, all right. So then, so let us look at what happens next after this. So T3, then T4, the length with 4 apples on one side. Okay, so each side, if you say the triangle, it has got 4 apples, and center also you have to fill in. So what do you get? You get a larger triangle with 4 apples and in one side. So T4, triangle 4, and what are the total number of apples that you have to place it in? 10, because 4 here, 3 here, 2 here, and 1 at the center, right? Got it? How 10 apples will make a equilateral triangle of sides 4. If you go to 5, you will require 15 apples. Okay, you will require 15 apples. See how it is shown here. And if you go to 6, you will require 21 apples. Yeah. Is there any doubt in this, or is this making sense? You can understand it?
I have no doubt in this, but so how can you predict the next one? So how can
It's
you predict?
9:15.
So how can you predict what T7 will be?
So now if you see here, what are these numbers? 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, right? So let us go and look at our triangular number, column number 3. What is it consist of? 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21. So do you think the next one will be 28?
No, sir, maybe.
So you go and check, you will find that it is actually. And the next one after that will be?
Yes, sir.
Will be 35. Not 35, it will be 36.
Yes, sir.
Right? So this gives, the next column gives us triangular numbers. We call them as triangular numbers. See, this is also a very interesting number series. We did not think of it, but now that we know how to arrange it in things, it is a very interesting number series, right? And now what is the next column gives us? It gives us one. Okay, so let me imagine like this. Okay, so imagine that these are all apples. Okay, and you have to arrange them. The first natural numbers gives you the length of a line that you create with an apple. Okay, line means one after the other you keep it. So first time you will keep only one apple. Second time, length of line is equal to 2, means you will have to keep 2 apples. Line equal to 3 means you will have to keep 3 apples, right? So all that is what gave us the natural numbers. Then we said, okay, it is not just one line, but it is an area. Okay, it's an area, not just one line, and that area is a triangular area. So then we got these triangular numbers. Length equal to 1, we got 1 apple. Length equal to 2, we got 3 apples. Length equal to 3, we got 6 apples. Right? So like this we got it. Right? Triangular numbers. What are tetrahedral numbers? The same thing if we continue. Can you think of a tetrahedron is nothing but a 3-dimensional figure. Okay, you take a triangle on the ground and you put one point above it, and that point also you connect to all the 3 points of the triangle. Okay, so like this. So then what you get is a tetrahedron. I will show it to you how it looks like. Okay, and that is a 3-dimensional figure. Okay, that is a 3-dimensional figure. Okay, tetrahedron. I will just show it to you. Yeah, pyramid with a, yeah, can you see this? This is what a tetrahedron looks like. Each side is a triangle, equilateral triangle. So you can see the 3 triangles on each side, and then at the bottom there is a base which is also an equilateral triangle. Yeah, can you see this? I'm not able to zoom this further, but does this give you an idea what is a tetrahedron?
Yes, sir.
Right, it is a 3-dimensional figure of triangles. Okay, everything is triangles only, but in 3 dimension. Okay, so if you count how many apples will be required for length of this tetrahedron being 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., then what you will get is you will get this next column. Okay, this is the animation, right? This is the tetrahedral number. So you will get this. What do you call? The fourth column will give you tetrahedral number. So this is the number of apples. 4 apples will be required if you have to create a tetrahedron with length equal to 2 on each side. And if it is equal to 3, then you will require 10. Okay, and then if you have to make it 4, then it will be required will be 20. So like this, it will keep on going. Okay, and then like this, if you, so mathematicians are like this, so they think of not just 3 dimensions, but they think of n dimensions. So if you, it's difficult to imagine, but if you imagine, if you are able to imagine, then these will be in the 4th dimension, this will be in the 5th dimension if you take it. Okay, so right, we'll not go into it, it is a bit tough to imagine, so just leave it. But so you can see that how many different number series come from the simple Pascal triangle. Yeah, any question? Yeah.
So if you want to get any tetrahedral number,
Yeah.
say if it's like the 5th tetrahedral number, then
Yeah.
you can do the sum of the first 5 triangular numbers, right?
Sum of the first 5 triangular numbers. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because
That's the first 5 triangle. It has
Yeah.
5 triangles stacked on top of each other.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so like this, actually, if you keep looking at this now, you will find hundreds of patterns. There are at least 100 different types of number series that can be found from the Pascal's triangle. Okay, so we are not going to look at each one and everyone, but it is up to you. If you are super interested and if you want to go, you can think like this, like what Hai Pranav just now said, right? You just found out how to find out the nth tetrahedral number, just sum of the previous n number of triangular numbers. And similarly, how to find the triangular number, fifth triangular number, sum of the previous 4 natural numbers. 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 10, right? 5 plus 4 plus 3 is 15. So all you get, so there is a pattern, in pattern, right? So this is the this is how you get it. Okay, now there are now there was also a yeah, there is an interesting thing, how you get Fibonacci numbers. So let us look at it. So let us look at this triangle again. This is the Pascal's triangle with one side being vertical. Okay, now you draw diagonals through it. How? From the top, first you take the first square. Okay, every square that is there, right, you draw a diagonal through it from left to right. Okay, what you get, first diagonal you get it, right? You just count the numbers that are there in the squares that are passing through that diagonal. So how many? The first diagonal here, only first diagonal is how much? Only one number is there passing through it, so value is 1. Second diagonal, blue colored, it is also passing through only one square. What is the value of that square? 1. So value is here 1. Then next diagonal, it is passing through 2 squares, 2 green squares. Yeah, the diagonal is colored red and it is passing through 2 green squares, each one with value 1 1. So what is the sum? 2. You do this again. Next one, blue, 2 plus 1, you get it 3. Then next one again, you diagonal you draw, it is 1 3 and 1. What is the value? 5. You next one, you take it 1 4 3, it is 8. Then 1 5 6 1, what is the value? 13. Now you see, look at this pattern, 1 1 2 3 5 8 13 21 34. What is this?
So Fibonacci numbers.
This is the Fibonacci series. Yeah, Fibonacci numbers, right? So you get the Fibonacci numbers also from Pascal's triangle, right? So there are so many such things that you get it from the Pascal's triangle. Okay, so now and hence it is a so I've still not come to the main use of it. Okay, so these are all, anyway, these are all absolutely brilliant uses. Now Okay, let me see. Let me show you something else that will tell you. Let us consider that you are having a say you suppose you play chess games, right? And I think all of you are chess students also, right? Probably you mind, right? So you play chess games. So let us assume that in a chess game only wins are allowed, wins and losses. So there is no draw. Okay, so whatever it is, suppose there is such rule. There are only two things possible. One is a win and one is a loss, obviously for each player, right? So what is the loss for one player is the win for the other player, right? So like this, let us assume so such a thing, and let us any one of you, maybe Avnish, okay? So Avnish, let us assume that you and someone else, let us say who maybe Sai Pranav, okay, and you are playing Sai Pranav, and both of you are equally good, okay, both of you have equal chances of winning, okay, so 50%, let us say you will win, and you play 10 games in a row, okay, you play 10 games in a row. What is likely to be the score at the end of the match? Okay, likely score, it is possible that one person might win 10 games, 10-0 or 0-10. It is possible. It is also possible 1-9 or 9-1, 2-8 or 8-2, 3-7, 7-3, 6-4, 4-6, and 5-5. All these possibilities exist, right? Now, but what is the likelihood? What is the most likely thing that will happen?
Sir, 5,
5,
5.
5.
What is that will be the 5-5, okay? But what if I ask you what are the chances that one player will win 7 games? What are the chances? There will be some chance, right? It is not zero, right? It will, you also know when you play the games, right, that you will have some average rating. Based on that, you know who will likely to win, but it doesn't mean that every game that higher rated player wins, right? There is some chance, right? So like this also, if you are equally rated, then also it is chances maybe that in 10 games maybe someone will win 7. It is unlikely, it is less, but chances are there, right? Do you agree chances are there?
Yes, sir.
Right? Now if you want to calculate what is the actual chance, okay, so what is the actual chance means, if you do this so many times, what is the likelihood? So you said that 5-5, right? So 5-5 is the highest chance, is that it will be 5-5, but there is also slightly lower chance that it will be 4-6 or 6-4, and then there is also a lesser chance that it will be 3-7 and 7-3.
7-3.
10-0 and 0-10 possible, but highly unlikely, maybe 1 in a million chance, right? Right, you can sense this, right? Now to actually to put this if you want to put this actually and calculate the chances, right, then again you get it from Fibonacci numbers. Okay, so let us go to our, where was our sorry, yeah, okay, so let us look at this number. Okay, now what you see is, it is like this. The first row is where the rook is placed here. That is considered as the zeroth row. Okay, so if you don't play any game at all, then chances are that there is nothing, right? I mean, both of them, obviously there is no score, right? Now if you play one game, okay, sorry, it is that is the first one, is the one game. Okay, so chances, what is there? Now if you play 2 games, what is the chance that it will be? I'm getting confused. Sorry. So first one is 0 only. Second one is row. That is the place when, see, 1 and 1 here, right? 1 and 1 here. That is the place where you play a game, single game you played. Okay. Number of games in the match is 1. What is likely occurrence? It is equally likely that Sai Pranav might win or Avnish might win. So there is one, he might win 1-1-0, or the other side might win. So it might be 1-0 or 0-1, right? And total possibilities are 2, so 1 by 2, so 50-50 chance, right, that you will win. So if you just play one game and both of you are equally good, there is a 50-50 chance that you will be winning, so which is 1 by 2. What is 2? Total of this row is 2, so 1 divided by 2 is 2. Now if you play 2 games, okay, if you play 2 games and what is the likelihood that both sides win, like Avnish wins both the games? It is 1 in 4. Okay, 1 in 4. What is the likelihood that Sai Pranav wins both the games? It is 1 in 4. And what is the likelihood that both of them win one game each? It is 2 out of 4. Okay, so 1 to 1. This is what gives you the possible chances of the score when 2 games are played. Now, if you play 3-game match, okay, if you play a 3-game match, again, what are the possibilities? That Avnish wins 3-0, then Avnish wins 2-1, then Sai Pranav wins 2-1, which we will call it as 1-2 because Avnish is first. So Avnish is 1 and Sai Pranav is 2. Or Avnish might be 0 and Sai Pranav might be 3. Right? There are 4 possibilities. And what are the chances? You will get the chances from this row 1, 3, 3, 1. Chances that, what is the sum of this? 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 7 plus 1, 8. Right? So chances that Avnish will win all the 3 games is 1 by 8. Similarly, chances that Sai Pranav will win is 1 by 8. And the chances that each one of them wins it by a score of 2-1 will be 3 by 8. You are able to follow me?
Yes, sir.
Right? Others confirm, please.
Yes, sir.
No, sir. Can you explain again?
Okay, so it is just like this. Okay, so let me go to the Excel. Okay, and let us put the numbers here, right? So let us put the numbers here: 1 and 1 and 1, then 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1. What is that? 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Right? So I'm going to zoom it so that it is okay. Yeah, and let me just zoom it out so that it is bigger. Is this visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is what is our thing. And if you just row total number of rows that are there, okay, then what we get is, sorry, some of the numbers in each row, then you will get 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. We saw this, right? We saw this last week only, and this is the number series that is 2 raised to n, right? This is what is the number series. But so these are all the possibilities when you play one game. So this is the possibility when there is only one game match. This is the possibility then there are 2 game matches. Okay, then what is the thing? There are these possibilities and G4 and G5. Okay, so this is the match games. Okay, so if there is only one game, right? This is G0, this is G1, this is G2, this is G3, and this is G4. Okay. So only one game. So there is no game, then there is obviously no result. It is whatever. It doesn't matter. If there is one game, there are 2 possibilities that Sai Pranav will win or Avnish will win, right? And what are the chances? Both of them have equal chance. So one total possibilities is 2. What is the chance that Avnish wins? 1. 1 by 2 is half. And what is the chance that Sai Pranav wins? 1 by 2, right? Got it, Madhura? If one
Yes,
game
sir.
is played, there are 2 possibilities. If 2 games are played, right, then there are actually 4 possibilities, but 2 of them combined, because if there is a possibility that Avnish wins both the games, which is 1 by 4. So total 1 here, right, and divided by total possibilities is 4. And then there is a possibility that Sai Pranav wins, which is also 1 by 4. But there is a possibility that first game Sai Pranav wins and Avnish loses, and there is, or second game Sai Pranav wins and this loses, right? Avnish loses. So there are two possibilities, and both of them are final score will be 1-1 each. But there are two ways that can happen, right? Because it can be that the first game is winning and losing the second game, or the first game is losing and winning the second game. Two possibilities, but the score is 1-1. So there are two possibilities. So 2 divided by 4. The chances that the score will be 1-1 is 2 by 4. You got it? If they play a 2-game match, right? If you play a 2-game match, what will happen? First game, it can be 1-0, or it can be 0-1, or it can be, right? This is also possible, and 1-1 is also possible, and 0-0 is also possible. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Right? Let us say Avnish and Sai Pranav. Right? It can. What is the first game? It is possible that Avnish wins the first game and Sai Pranav wins the second game. Right? And so there are these 4 possibilities. Right? It can be 1-1, 1-0, 0-1, or 0-0. Right? So that is what is coming to 4 here, and the distribution is given here. Okay, now if they play a 3-game match, then there are a lot more possibilities. The possibilities are like 1-1-1, 1-1-0, 1-0-1, right? Or 0-1-1. This is not shown here because it is at the beginning is this one, but like this you will get all these possibilities all the way up to 0-0-0, right? So okay, Excel will not show it because it is a number, but if I put it as a string, it will show you. Okay, so you got it. So this is what happens, and this is the application of the thing number. So you can find out now if you, so now if I tell you, suppose Anand and Kramnik, they are going to play a match with no castling. Okay, there is a new rule game that Kramnik has introduced, no castling. Now let us assume that both of them are almost equally good, and they are going to play a match of 12 games. Okay, so it will be G12. So we will have to go to the 12th row, and if you were to ask predictions, what is the chance that it will be 6-6, it will be 7-5, it will be 4-8, etc. You will be able to, assuming that their current chances are 50-50, you will be able to predict it based on the row of the Pascal's triangle. Okay, getting it? Slightly it is,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Maybe what I will convert this into a puzzle. So what I will do is I will explain this. I will create 2 puzzles out of this and give it to you today, and then we will discuss it next week so that it will become easier to understand. But there are a lot of applications like this of the Pascal's triangle. You just find out. Now if I were to tell you, okay, there is one more example I'll just give you. See, you follow IPL, right? I mean cricket, IPL, right? Now each team has got, in a game you can play only 11 players, but the team consists of 15 players, let us say. Okay, because some of them will be reserved, some of them will be out for one match, second match they might play, etc. So if I were to tell you, in how many ways can you form a 11-member team from 15 total team members that you have? Okay, now if I were to ask you to calculate, now actually this will become a problem of just looking up the Pascal's triangle. So total number of players is 15 and you have to choose 11 of them. So what you have to do is, there are many ways of calculating, but one way of calculating is just go to the 15th row of the Pascal's triangle and start from the left and look up the 11th number in that row. That is what will give you the possibilities of choosing so many ways, right? You can leave player 1 out, player 2 out, player 3 out, and you can combine these, that, etc. So many, hundreds of possibilities will be there. How many you will be able to just find out from this. Okay, or if this number becomes too much, I can just tell you, maybe you have a table tennis team to form of 5 people, and in any game, in any match, actually only 3 of them are going to play. So but total players you have 5, and you as a captain, you can choose which 3 players will play in a particular match. So how to find that out? Again, it is C5-3. So you just go to the 5th row of the triangle and find out the 3rd number, which will be 1. This will be, what will be this? This will be 5. This will be 10. This will be 20. This, oops. This will be 10. This will be, I think I messed up here. Yeah, this will be 10 and this will be 5 and this will be 1. So see, 5 by 3 is just 1, 2, 3. There are 10 ways that you can form a team of 3 players from starting with total 5 players. You can just look it up. You can just do it as an exercise. Okay. So that is where we will stop right now. Okay. It may have got a little bit complicated, so just bear with me. But there are lot of things to learn from the Pascal scandal and to apply it. Okay. Fine. So I think that is where I'm going to stop the recording now. Okay. And if there is any doubt, you can post it. But we will go back to having fun with puzzles from next week. Okay. Slightly I took it because this was a